Namaskar, Sunil Ramakrishna here. Here basically we are discussing about one of the topic that is that is city creation, and in city creation we are discussing 2 lakh holes, lava hole basically is there basically in this world. In this one of the hole basically the software industry is also basically trying to do. In that basically they are going to dump this all data basically. Why all taken? Because it might possible that basically some small software also basically can become can basically grow to big level basically. Example is the PHP basically. PHP basically was just one having few DLLs basically. I think 4 to 5 DLLs basically were there. Now basically see basically PHP status. See the PHP status basically. PHP framework. See basically PHP framework. This many framework is created in the PHP basically. So that's why basically I have taken all above subjects basically. So this basically mostly software company have to do basically. For that basically one whole is required basically. So in which country basically the whole is going to be created basically. So who is going to give the permissions, who will be going to do that, which type of activities basically is required from the software industry side, what are the data energy, what are the data basically required from the software side basically, from which is going to be ordered by the nuclear power company basically, and the software and the energy company basically. So like this basically things are basically there basically. So these all are the groups basically, that is frameworks, total top 10 software companies. This is to create top 10 technologies basically. Then basically the top management tools basically, if any software delivery head, CEO or basically vice president or project manager or team leader basically is working, then basically what are the things basically required to do the stuff basically, that is basically comes into the management tools basically. And 3i Infotech, one of the company basically, which says that basically when I basically visited 3i Infotech basically, that time basically they told that basically you can't enter the software company. Reason? Because I was ex-employee and they basically doesn't allow to enter into the software company. Reason? Because I was ex-employee and I worked basically for 5 days basically, 4 5 days basically. Then also basically they not allowed me to enter into one software company only basically. So then basically I remember this word basically. What was that word basically? This was that word basically. Means when we said that love your job but never fall into love with your company, that basically, which was told by, don't love your company basically, because you may not know basically when your company stop loving you basically. Means companies basically not loving me. Why? Because this is the example basically. I was not able to enter the existing company also basically. Existing means where basically I worked basically, and where basically I was working basically, and in this company basically I was not able to enter also basically. So you can just imagine basically nowadays the world basically is reached to, they was just require the work is completed, and then basically only one word basically they are going to tell, get out. So this was actually one of the word basically told by one of the company also basically, that I don't know basically which company I told me basically, but some company has told me basically, one of the company exactly basically, don't remember the company name basically, they told me to get out basically. So like this basically things are basically there. So the word is get out. Currently see the earthquakes basically. Each earthquakes basically are connected with this data. this data. One of the person told that, can you track basically why the earthquake has happened? That is very difficult basically. That is basically that there is no technology basically, mostly basically can give the data of the minor level basically, because it's not possible basically. Because earthquake balancing basically how basically happens. How basically, one example I have given of the Microsoft basically, Bangalore city basically, and then basically the lava basically example is also basically I have given. So balancing basically is, and many basically techniques basically are there basically to to do the balancing of the earth basically, to do the balancing of the earth basically. For that basically lava basically is one of the thing basically. So one of the person told that basically uh, whenever basically the lava blast happen basically, assume basically that, so you can track basically on the base of sorry, whenever the earthquake happens basically, can you track basically what was the basically base of the earthquake basically. Then it told them which was basically which hole basically, due to which hole basically the earthquake happened, due to which energy basically 1500 micros of energy is there in example, like this basically which energy basically connected to the earthquake, that basically you can track basically. Then into that basically that is impossible basically. In this world basically there is no software also basically which say basically what is the type of the earthquake basically. So here basically that is type of the earthquake basically, that basically is not possible. It's impossible basically, it's impossible basically. So like this basically things are basically there basically. So you can just imagine basically the things basically. European infrastructure basically. European infrastructure for similarly production. That is a full form basically. So you can just imagine basically. See basically one earthquake basically connects up to the, and depth of the earthquake basically we have already discussed up to what level the basically that. So this basically software, in short basically this software company have to do basically. For that basically the group basically who actually created the 2 lakh holes basically, that group only basically is going to help basically, and that will be very dangerous thing basically, because it is 100% going to affect the entire 2 lakh lava holes basically. Whenever the lava basically is getting blast basically from the area, then whole world is basically assume that basically whole world is connected with these 2 lakh holes basically. So in this one hole basically you have to do, and then basically you have to do the flowing also basically of the lava blast basically. So that's not so easy basically. So that basically is going to take time basically, and that basically entire software industry basically have to become one, then basically only basically they can do basically. That basically everybody knows that basically entire software industry is one only basically. Entire software industry is one only, entire human resource is one, entire management team is one. So already all have become one only. All they are basically already one only basically. One means union basically. And this is also union basically. You can just imagine basically. This union basically is not supposed to activate. So always basically you have to prayer basically that this is not supposed to activate basically, because this activates any second basically. Any second basically this will activate. But this basically will take time basically. It doesn't activate soon, because Earth planet basically creation. Earth planet is creating what actually? Earth planet is creating this basically, na? So it's not creating. It's actually creating the age basically for the universe group basically. So they are not going to end the Earth planet so easily basically. So easily basically. So easily means they will think 100 times basically. Then only basically they are going to take the decision basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.